Hi guys, this is Don here, and I don't know if you can see me, but this is, I guess, my best attempt at trying to do this. We'll try this one more time here. Yeah, I think this will work. So, hi, this is Don here. Night 2, the Democratic National Convention, and I have it playing in the background just to kind of illustrate the events as they go on. Also, because in Nevada, Nevada Senator, State Senator Dike-Anukam will be speaking here in a couple minutes here in a segment that played earlier in the convention live feed tonight. She was one of 2 prominent Nevadans who spoke tonight, kind of in a funny way, one from the north, one from the south, in the convention program tonight. So this is kind of perfect setup, or at least background for this year's convention, as the 2020 Democratic National Convention is basically being conducted virtually throughout the country, theoretically, but still at least centralized logistically in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. So some of the highlights of the pre-programming events that are occurring, at least the setup for the speeches tonight, is playing behind me. Again, my name's Don. I write for This Is Real here in Rio Nevada, and I just want to give you, I guess, a little bit of a side note, at least to try to give you a little bit of a Reader's Digest version of tonight's convention speeches. So, tonight, in Nevada at least, precursor to tonight's free show, here in Nevada, the Nevada Democratic Party had a pre-show featuring Congresswoman Susie Lee, who's up for re-election right now, against Dan Rodemeister, Dan Rodemeister. I'm butchering his name. I'm going to call I'll correct that. I apologize. Down in CD3, I believe, spoke, and her emphasis or her point in that pregame show was go out and vote, come out and get out in the fight for the general election. Next in the line was Nevada State Treasurer Zach Conine, talking about the economic impacts of what was going on as a result of the COVID pandemic, and also the importance of, again, emphasize the importance of voting as well. Then State Senator Dean Neal came out and spoke and emphasized that today was a unique day in history, namely the day of the 100th anniversary of the well, not today, but this year is the 100th anniversary of the 19th Amendment being passed, which gave universal suffrage to women, or at least the ability of women to vote, and the importance of voting, again, secondarily. And then following that was the Rural Caucus Chair, Douglas County Democratic Chair, Kimmy Cole, emphasized, again, voting. Notice the theme here: vote, 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 vote. And trying to get people to go out and vote, and trying to get people to vote, and support the voting. This is the segment where I just can't tell maybe speaking. I'll try to get to that point here as I speak. And then second to last was Senator Howdy, Assemblywoman Howdy, talking about the importance of gun legislation and the importance of dealing with gun violence in America. And also kind of, highlighting the achievements that they made with the October 1 bill. And then second to last was Assemblywoman Torres talking about economic justice issues. Sorry, thank you. And then last, this is where I think Senator Cancela comes up, so I want to give her a spotlight for a sec here. Just in all due regards, because again, it is convention, and I think she is coming up here. This is kind of the danger of doing stuff live. Sometimes you may not be able to predict everything that comes up. I thought I had the salt sheet up ready to go. I apologize, guys. I thought this was sort of coming up. Okay. I apologize, guys. I thought I had this time wrong. I guess I had my timing on this wrong. Anyway, then they had, and then the State Democratic Party organizer, then obviously emphasized the need to go out and otherwise. Okay. There's a Nevada moment there. Okay, so that being said, kind of emphasizing the feature, the format of the Nevada Democratic Party, the National Democratic Convention this year, kind of speaking for all over the country and doing it virtually. And then last speaking was the Nevada State Democratic organizer trying to get people organized, or at least sign up to do some shifts, and go out and help the effort for the general election here in Nevada. And that was the pregame show before the main show, which is 2020, which is. So, and that was the segment I was talking about. So, sorry about that, guys. Night one's always the fun run night, isn't it? So that was the pregame show. That was from 5:15 to 6. This was what was playing from 6 till a little while ago, about 8 o'clock tonight, or sorry, 8:15. Which then I'm gonna let that play for a little bit since it's in the middle of that. Tonight's major speakers, and I kind of got a pregame briefing of what the message would be tonight, was focusing on national security and national security, national confidence. And John Kerry was the big speaker this morning during a briefing for the Biden campaign. And the narrative I heard was more or less restoring America, trying to bring back respect and confidence to the world, which is funny. And I think I'm trying to withhold commentary on this one because John Kerry's a unique figure for Democrats and for Republicans and in the national discourse, because John Kerry was the 2004 Democratic nominee, ran against George W. Bush. He was not successful in that run, namely because I think for a couple of reasons. He was running against an incumbent president in a situation where, the opposition argument they needed to make was he was unsuitable and they were unable to make that argument. But secondly, he dealt with some headwinds that undermined his argument of being this national security commander. He had an advertising campaign, which is called Swift Boats, the Swift Boat campaign, that undermined his confidence or undermined support in a key constituency he needed in places like Ohio, Florida, and Nevada. and also with military veterans and independents, that made it difficult for him to get to build a coalition to win. And ironic, he was kind of using that argument against the president in this election, in the briefing tonight, this morning, and tonight. Secondly, the other arguments they were making, besides foreign policy issues, besides confidence, besides trust, they brought it back to healthcare. They talked about a very key constituency, a core constituency issue from 2018, healthcare. In a way, you could, preview the 2020 election tonight, in tonight's demonstration. So those are interesting points that I saw tonight in tonight's speech. But just a quick lineup of some of the speakers they had tonight. Sally Yates, former acting attorney general, who was terminated, who was fired for refusing to uphold the Muslim ban, one of the most famous policy initiatives President Trump was trying to put up after winning election. Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer making the case for, hey, please support us, please, donate, give us, help us out in trying to take over the Senate, which is key for the general election for Democrats to win. And if they do win in November, to be able to enact policy. Former President Carter, Jimmy Carter, he had a voiceover demonstration in that. Former President Clinton actually made a presentation and hit as well. And then the biggest piece of the night, I think, the roll call. Tonight, you can say historic moment. Joe Biden is officially the Democratic Party presidential nominee by roll call affirmation and vote. As the votes, he made the magic number, and affirmed by the party, and he has been invited and accepted the nomination, and will be speaking on Thursday night. U.S. Senator Kamala Harris of California, the vice presidential nominee, is scheduled to speak tomorrow night. But that being said, his confidence, I guess, although along the roll with the roll call vote, let me rewind back. And then after the roll call vote, Miss Joe Biden, his wife, or Dr. Joe Biden, sorry, just be appropriate with that. Dr. Joe Biden spoke more or less in support. This is kind of traditional in convention speeches to have the missus speak and to kind of speak to the character and testament of the or the significant other of the presidential nominee, speak to give another side to the character, testament, and ability of the potential commander-in-chief. Interesting note, though, I'll swing back and forgive me for being a bit disorganized. Interesting note, Washoe County District trustee Angie Taylor spoke tonight, was part of a healthcare forum right after Vice President Biden, or now nominee Biden, received the nomination, and shared a few moments of her battle with cancer, and also talked about her challenges with healthcare, which are another notable mention here in Nevada. So I wanted to add that plug in tonight. So those are kind of the highlights of the night. So besides the national narrative, I will add another interesting narrative. They mentioned John McCain. John McCain came up. John McCain, another set of Republicans came out tonight in the speech after the nomination. A video featuring Cindy McCain, the voiceover, by the way, brought about the unlikely friendship between Senator McCain, who was known for making friends in the U.S. Senate and in Congress with people from all sorts, all across the political divide, which I think in a way was an appeal to moderates, independents, to appeal to a different sense of time in American politics, to a kinder, softer politics. So, notable interesting point there. So, those are my little quick updates of tonight's speeches and observations at the Democratic National Convention here online, in the virtual space, and here in Nevada. And this is my first night trying to do this, which I was trying to do last night, but no luck, no dice. Tomorrow night, I'll have a little better organized process. I'm going to try to do things a little earlier, try to have a little earlier broadcast, because I wanted to try to integrate both the Nevada thing and integrate the national event. So you have a comprehensive view from home, the nation, to around. And I'm going to try to avoid doing the after party stuff, because I think you're smart enough to make your own decision of what to think. It's not my place or in my interest to tell you what to think. Just not. So, those are the facts that I could at least pull out. That's the convention. Or at least you can watch this on YouTube if you like. That's the wonderful thing about this year's convention. At least there's a quicker turnaround to getting this data and stuff, so you can now watch at your leisure. So, anyway, that's night 2 from virtual space. This is Don, trying to doing my best to update you of what's going on throughout Washoe County and in Reno. Good night. Take care. Oh yes, and don't forget to please subscribe. Please support local journalism, and please read This is Reno for any updates of anything that's going on in Reno from my great team of colleagues on what's going on in our news,
As a Black woman,
issues,
I find
COVID,
myself at a crucial intersection
music,
in American
etc.
politics. For far
Have a
too
good night.
long, Black female leadership in this country has been utilized without being acknowledged or valued. But we are turning the tide. Hello, Kamala. Her nomination is